I'm back, baby.
Right. Think I got everything fixed. What's up, guys? What's up, Agent and Munke? And Ty, what's up, dude? Hey, Gumby. Yeah, running a few minutes behind because Honey Badger.
Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you gotta pay.
You're so full of crap. Honey Badger decided he wanted to drop the deuciest of deuces right at bedtime. So I had to get him all cleaned up. Yeah, it was such a deuce, it might as well have been a trace there, monkey. What color? It was deuce color. Deuce and a half even. Man, Agent, I haven't got to watch UFC in a long time. And so I'm just I'm not up to date like who is actually doing professional fighting these days a lot. Maybe one day I'll get back into it. The only professional fighter that I really know about these days who's like active, I think, is Mona Kimura, who is a Japanese kickboxer. And she's just hilarious. She reminds me of Bill Wallace. Oh, McGregor's fighting Holloway? Oh, okay. Yeah, I like how everybody's like, she's the modern Chun-Li. I was like, I don't know, man. Chun-Li had some thick old thighs. Mona Kimura is kind of like this cute little girl that you wouldn't expect to be able to like kick a hole in your face. Hey, Hats, what's up, dude? How's the agents controlling agents, spawning agents to burn tokens? That's what we're going to tinker around with a bit more tonight. I'm still trying to learn some more of the ins and outs of Hermes and how it actually goes through and functions so that we can look at how to use it really as like a baseline harness. You know what? Maybe we should mess with Pi tonight. Maybe we'll do that. You know what? I put Hermes as the stream in here. Why don't we change that? I'll tell you what, we're going to change it up tonight. Instead of Hermes, we're going to say, can Pi hack? Let's do that. In fact, you know what? I don't even know what the last time I set the stream title to anyway. Yeah, there we go. Done. Dunzos. Okay. Oh, the timer's up. I didn't even notice. Crap. I didn't turn on all the stuff. Hang on. I'm a professional. Stand by. No, don't panic. I am a professional. Now. Damn it. All the buttons doing all the wrong stuff. It's okay. I'm a pro. Okay. I think this is working now. Let's find out. Woot. Hey, there it goes. Of course, the Stream Deck doesn't want to work. Freaking piece of turd. And then the camera's all messed up. You're killing me, Smalls. Hang on. There we go. Cut my head off. Oh, I know why, though. There's a good reason for that. I moved the camera around. That's why. Yeah. I had repositioned where the camera was. I really am making a hard push to get more YouTube videos out. And I'll be real with y'all. I'll let y'all in like on the, yeah, O-Day all day. I'll let you in. There's a master plan happening here, guys. If you've been watching the YouTube channel, I'm working on getting more YouTube videos out. The whole game plan for the YouTube videos is actually just to get more people over into the live stream because that's what I like doing with y'all and hanging out and y'all cracking jokes and stuff. This is my favorite thing to do. I do YouTube to bring people over here so we can have more feds to have bigger shenanigans. That's the whole game plan. So I put Pi into an isolated Docker with an old game binary, installed Ghidra, and let it go nuts. So far, I think it's reverse engineered about 50% of it. Nice. Nice. I managed to get Claude to write about 1/5 of this hobby project. I estimated it would take me about 5 to 10 years, and it did it in a week with $200 worth of tokens. Damn. I actually am seeing a ton of benchmarks coming out about what is going on with GPT 5.6. Apparently the benchmarks for GPT 5.6 are nuts. Hang on, I just saw one. Here we go, let me grab this. Look at this. So here is, can I open this in a new tab? Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can make this any bigger. That's what she said. Hang on, I gotta hide the camera so you can actually see it though. All right, so coding agent indexed. Here's GPT 5.6. Okay, so there's 3 GPT-5.6 models now. OpenAI took a playbook from Anthropic. They've got big, medium, and small. But rather than coming up with stupid names like Grande Venti and I don't know what else they put in there. Why is this all messed up now? Even that's everything's going crazy. Okay. Anyway, there we go. What they've got is they got Sol, like the sun. That's the big one. Then they've got Terra, which is the medium-sized one, right? And then they've got Luna, which is the itty-bitty one. Anyway, so here's how they're comparing these. Here's the agent coding index. GPT 5.6 Sol beat out Fable 5, which might as well be, Opus 4.8 because that's all it does. I never get it to do anything, and it just always falls back to Opus 4.8. Let's see. Time per task. Cursor CLI was actually way faster, but Codex with GPT 5.6 was the second closest one here. And then, let's see, Opus 4.8 and Claude Code and Fable 5 and Claude Code were more than twice as fast here. 10.2 to 23.1. And now here's the thing that's really going to piss off a lot of people is the cost per task in this. $7.08 on GPT 5.6 Sol with max reasoning. And then max reasoning on Opus 4.8 was almost identical. It's about 10% more. But then it was about, 40% more over here on, about more than 40. It's more like 60%. 60% more for Fable 5 over here. With fallback. So, a lot of craziness happening there. Are those the results from last week's Harmony test? Dude, Overlay, I wish. Now, actually, I got to figure out, I actually thought, let's go look at the Pi agent for tonight. Because I had actually seen some interesting stuff coming out of Pi. The question is, what is supported for it? Because I just realized if we can use it with Ollama Pro, then we should be good here. We can test it out. Let's see. Providers. Let's see. Cloud providers. Azure, Bedrock, Cloudflare. There's got to be, I'm sure that this will probably work with Ollama Pro, because that's what I've got right now that I could use. Hey, guy, what's up, man? Only thing I regret about my test I did was I switched to Sonnet 5 at some point. Opus 4.8 gave much more result. Oh, yeah. Opus 4.8 is not bad, but the price point is becoming a part now. It's becoming a big deal. They're fighting over price now.
It seems really simple. You hear things that happen in the world. Air vibrates, it vibrates your ear, your brain hears it. But it's really like magic.
I tried Sonnet 5 and Fable 5. They just blundered and misinterpreted the task all the time. I get much better results with Opus 4.8. That's weird. I wish I had the hardware, dude. I wish. Hold on, let me see if I can find this real quick. Let's see. Pi agent with Ollama Cloud.
The pitch rising. Continuously rising pitch.
Oh, I meant to just do this here. Let me see. Pi install npm Pi Ollama Cloud or Ollama Keyring, Pi Ollama Cloud Provider. What's the difference between these? So it looks like you can do it with Pi. You just got to go do it with the... Now, I have not messed with Pi yet, but I was like, you know what? Let's go give that a shot. Because right now what we're trying to determine is, are any of these going to be suitable baseline agents that we could use to handle all the basic agent, harness tasks, and then bolt on everything that we want for Hackbot. By the way, I did finally... Is Kick actually working? Is it working okay, Gumby? Because I've had so much trouble with the Kick stream. At least on my side, it looks like it's messing up.
Are all in the same audio range as the human voice, between 2 and 4 kilohertz, and your brain really looks for those signals. So
YouTube and Twitch look like they're doing fine. Hey, Witch Hunter. Yeah, man. I've been in IT for like 16 years, and 8 of those years have been in security. Actually, no, I take that back. 10 years have been in security, and 8 of those years have been in offensive security. Had some bandwidth issues on a tested kick. So on my side, it looks like it's lagging real bad, dude. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Kick's lagging. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut kick off again. I gotta figure out what's going on with it. And it sucks because I like having it on there because I know there's some people that do like watching on it, but I can't get the feed stable. I don't know what's going on with it.
Crazy.
All right, so Monkey said Pi supports OpenAI completions out of the box, so you can set your provider there. Okay. Been looking for a coach or mentor for a while now. Okay, what kind of work are you? What are you investigating, and like, what are you hoping to do? Let me ask that first, because then I can guide you in that direction. A lot of people might not realize how broad an area security really is, so I always like to ask that. Let me see. Do I have? Let me pull up Royal here. And let's go get logged into the Cali box. I missed you guys on Wednesday. I feel really bad about missing it. I've been sick. I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm feeling good enough to stream tonight. And I felt really bad, especially after missing Sunday to take the kids to the fireworks, so.
All of these tricks make it possible to do audio compression.
What is going on here? Man, freaking Windows, I think, blew up my system here. Hang on one second, Witch. Let me fix something real quick. I saw your message come in about finishing the Pen Test Plus.
So one way to do this is called
Okay,
absolute
hang on.
threshold hearing or equal loudness curves. Basically, this is how well you can hear at different ranges. So you can hear really well at this bottom part, and at the
Button.
low end,
I just meant to mute myself real quick.
well, at a certain point,
All right, let's see here. Let me bring this over. Okay. So looking to go into penetration testing and development stuff. Okay. I'd say...
just hide other sounds.
So penetration testing is a big area, and just like all the other ones, it's in a weird flux state right now. But if you just finished the Pen Test Plus, one of the other ones that I really like. So typically the way I tell everybody, looking at critical defense systems and developing them, there's only two paths you can go down in that avenue there, which that does narrow it down. And one is either going to work for a defense contractor or usually going to work for like the DoD or enlisting in the military. Those are your only three options really there that I'm aware of. There may be others. But if that's the path you want to go down, what I would say is kind of investigate each of those. The good thing about going down the enlistment path is they will teach you everything, right? As long as you can pass the ASVAB and you can do a halfway decent physical fitness test, they will teach you everything that they need you to know, right? So that is one of the good things about it. The downside is you're going to be doing that for 4 years at least, right? But there's a lot of other good benefits that come from it. So that's one path you could do. If you're wanting to go down, staying a civilian and going down the defense contractor path or DoD path, then I would say what you're probably wanting to go do is, because they have very, very specialized teams that go do all the red teaming for that. And I don't have too much details in there. So, let me think. Hold on. Let me pull up Discord real quick. Let me find something real quick. Hang on one sec, Witch. Let me find something. Why is this computer just absolutely messed up tonight? I can't get Discord to load. There it goes. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Yeah, here we go. I found it. I gotta find the link for it though. Stand by. Hang on. I'm still looking this up real quick. This wasn't the one I was thinking of. There was a different one I was trying to find that might be in there. I blame Balmer. I was thinking about going and looking at the CYSA labs from CompTIA to get a mid-level understanding of the workflow. Let me look at those real quick. Hang on, because I'm not familiar with those. CYSA, CompTIA. Let's take a look at them real quick. Oh, that's the cybersecurity analyst. Okay. So for a cybersecurity analyst, let's look at this real quick. Let me see what they cover before I go shoot my mouth off, because I'm really good at that. All right. Identify and investigate suspicious activity across networks and endpoints, SIM and EDR, identify and prioritize vulnerabilities. Okay, so you did the Pen Test Plus, that's cool. If this would be if you were wanting to go onto the defense side, and you said like securing critical defense systems, that would be something like this, because this would be like preparing you for almost like for work in some kind of a security operations center, looking at SIMs, EDRs, all those good things. So if that's the route you want to go down, being the blue team, doing investigations and whatnot, this is not a bad path to go down. There is another one that Hack the Box actually just came out with. Hang on. Let me go pull it up real quick, because I'm trying to remember what they called it. Platforms. Let me see. No, dang it. What was it called? It was their... here we go. For your teams. Blue teams. Let me see. Because what they had was basically like an incident response simulator in here. I'm trying to remember what it's called. We went through and actually we played it on stream, and it was a lot of fun. So what it does is it's almost like it's like a SOC simulator. You go in and you can find like tickets in the queue. You check them out. You do investigations on it. You answer questions. And you work through it and write it up. And it was really fun. Let me see what else they've got here, though. Let's see. Platform, Academy. Let me see what they've got in their Academy courses. Let's see. Certified Junior Associate. This one I think might be good. Where's the learning paths, though? Defensive. Here we go. Let's see. Deobfuscating JavaScript, security monitoring fundamentals. Let's see. Windows event logging. Yeah. I need to get with Falcon about this, because I need to understand more about like what's available from the Hack the Box offering. I don't really cheerlead very much for TryHackMe anymore, but they had some really cool ones. I wish I could remember what was that SOC simulator lab called. Skill paths, let's see. Now what about job role paths? Web pen tester, SOC analyst. Ah, here we go. This is kind of what I was looking for. Yeah, here we go. Let me zoom this in. So this one from Hack the Box, their Hack the Box Academy. Here, let me drop a link to it real quick. This would be one that you might want to go check out. Damn it. The stupid copy paste. That was something that was an agent thing I was working on earlier. There we go. Piece of crap. Why does this not work? Here we go. There we go. So I want to go check this out also, Witch Hunter, because this also might be a good path to go down. I think the CYSA is going to get you kind of on that path to where you're wanting to go also. Damn you, Balmer. But yeah, the main thing to understand, though, is it's cool to know how to work with these tools, but also it's good that you took the Pen Test Plus, because going through that and understanding what the attackers are doing is how you understand how to go defend it, right? If you don't know what they're doing, how are you supposed to detect it and defend against it? So it's good that you went and took that. All right, hold on. I got so many tabs open. Let me close these real quick. All right, I lost everything I was doing here. Pi agent, Olama Cloud. Let me see if this guy walks through how to set that up. And let's go get it set up on our test box. Good old curl install. Nice. Nice. Why did nothing turn back on, man? There we go. Reconnect. There we go. All right. Let me bust out of this, and then let's get the Pi agent installed here. I was about finding certifications for cyber systems technicians, which I think prepare me to work on the systems and secure them to maintain monitoring, etc. So systems is like such a broad term, which it just depends on like which route you're wanting to go down. The really, really critical defense systems are typically running on their own network, as far as I know. They're not running on like anything that's network, like internet connected, obviously. They're also using a lot of really odd, like dedicated systems. So it gets to be a little bit weird. You can curl these nuts. Damn it. But I'd say the main thing you're looking at for that is... So going back to your original question, though, which, like, talk about, like, finding a mentor for that. Where would be a good place for that? I'm trying to think. I would say possibly go check with, like, the folks in the Simply Cyber community. Either that or maybe check in. I don't know if he's got a lot of people that might be doing this. But Tyler Ramsby, Hack Smarter, he's got a lot of folks in there too. Blaise Bits were kind of like low-key, smaller. I don't know if I've got anybody working in that area that could provide you guidance, unfortunately. But those are two communities I would go check out with. You could also grep these nuts. Let's see. Use login to... Okay. Let me just try login. Let me see what it does. Where's the docs? Where's getting started here? Let's go get this guy set up real quick. Hey, Kilo, what's up, man? Let's see. Quick start, install, authenticate. Select a provider. Built-in providers include ChatGPT, GoPilot, Claude Pro. Okay. What are we working on? So we had a project we worked on for quite a while, and we started it even before something like Claude Code came out. And for lack of a better term, we just called it Hackbot. And it was a little AI hacking agent. And we were building that in LangChain and LangGraph for a long time. Then after Claude Code came out, and I realized kind of how much that agent harness had improved, we took a little bit of a break from it. And now we're finally kind of coming back to it and revisiting the idea. So we were messing around with Hermes last weekend. So that way we could see, okay, what do we got? And then now we're going to try Pi. So what we're doing is we're testing some of these open source basically open source agent harnesses, as I like to call them, to see which one might be the best kind of baseline that we could then go build an overlay for our little hacking system. So that's what we're kind of taking a look at right now. This one's not bad. Yes, but not a Go overlay. Not a Go overlay. No, just an overlay. Or like a plugin, something like that. Wait, I gotta go edit the... I gotta edit the agents model, models.json. There's no way I can log in with this with my Anthropic subscription. I feel like there's no way I can do that. Hang on. Hold on. Exit. Q. What are you doing? Quit. Control C. There. Let's see. Vim. Let's see. Pi. What did you say was agentsmodels.json? I know it has a models.json. Sounds like a mid-level project. Do you know how to program? I don't get to program too much. And actually, that was a fun program to learn more about coding in Python. So whenever you're working in offensive security, unfortunately, a lot of the coding I did exit, whatever. A lot of the programming that you do tends to be one-off small bits and pieces. And so you don't get to really go deep on a project. So when we were working on Hackbot, we were coding that by hand. There was no AI assistance to it. It was very fun, and it was a great learning experience for it. Hey, Chris, what's up, dude? So, yes, can I program? I do. But, Hack.Planet. For what we're doing now, we're trying to build out everything, and honestly, the coding agents at that time were kind of hot garbage. They have improved so much in the last year. It's insane. It's wild. And in fact, I still need to go back and redo the Hexstrike video because I said I would go redo that when Hexstrike got a rewrite. Hexstrike has had a rewrite for a while. And so I do need to go set that up and retest it because I owe it to them. Because the developer of it felt really bad about what I was saying about it. I was like, dude, I felt bad because I didn't mean to flame him so much. It was mostly directed at, gosh, who was that? It wasn't CrowdStrike. Forget who it was. It was one of the firewall people. Checkpoint. It was Checkpoint. Checkpoint wrote this blog post that looked like it was written by AI, basically saying, oh my God, Zors, Hexstrike is really scary. And we went through and actually broke through and read through it. I was like, no, it's really not. But that was a while ago, and it has evolved, and the models have evolved a ton since then. So I do need to go give it another fair shake. I said I would. It's overdue. I do need to go do that. Let's see. Oh, is this where I need to go edit this? Okay, I see what you were talking about now. Okay, I need to go install this first. Yay, something from NPM. What's the over-under that we get a supply chain attack here? All right, then we'll log in, and then we could also do a manual configuration here. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go Pi. Let's go log in. Actually, I'll tell y'all something. I got a preview of something that one of my coworkers is working on, and it has to do with some agentic stuff with Mythic C2, and it's looking pretty freaking sick. I cannot wait till he releases that. It's looking awesome. It's still got the rough edges around it right now, but I saw like his very first version of it, and I thought that was cool, and he's taken it so much farther since then. I was like, this is going to be awesome. All right, use subscription. Wait, hold on. Did it say use a subscription or use an API key? Okay. Hold on. Come back here. Use an API key. Oh, they supply a lot of API keys. Okay. Let's see. Where's Olama? Oh, there it is. Olama Cloud. Okay. Hang on, I gotta go figure out. I gotta go generate an API key for it real quick. Let me go grab it real fast. Let's see here. All right, keys. Add a key. All right, hang on. Let me drop into OPSEC mode real quick. Let me drop that in here. All right, now we just got to select model. Ah, here we go. Let's see here. What were we using on Hermes? What was that? Crap, I don't remember. Hang on, let me load it back up real quick, because it'll tell me when I load it up. I have a Python for you, Daddy Blaise. Damn it, Gumby. No. Okay, we tried it with GLM 5.2, and it did okay with GLM 5.2. So let's do that same thing over here. We'll load up GLM. Wait. I only see GLM 5.1. So the idea with Pi is that it's extremely minimal, but I can't speak. Extremely minimal, not hand-holdy, and extremely to the metal, but it can build itself. Okay. I mean, I like that idea. Hold on, I thought 5.2 was a cloud model. Yeah, I see it right there. Do we need to go add it manually? I wonder why it's not showing up in here. I wonder if this list from the package provider is out of date. Like, did this list of models come from that? Hang on. Let's see. Quit. Might have to go add it in here. Yeah. That's fine. Let's go see if we can do this real quick. Okay, so we could go look at the model card for GLM 5.2. I've got it off to the side here. Let's get this, and we'll just go build it by hand. Let's see. Set paste. Let's drop that in. And then we'll just, we'll modify this. So the ID here should be GLM TAC 5.2 cloud. All right. Yeah, GLM 5.2 cloud. And then context window, 976,000. It's coming up again. Let's go change this real quick. Let's see. Well, let me see if anybody's got this real quick. GLM, because some nerds probably already done this. Let's see, 5.2, Olama, sorry, I'm doing this on the side monitor here. Models, settings, Pi agent. Hey, Potion, what's up, dude? I'm just trying to make sure I know exactly what to go set the context to in here. Damn it, these guys are doing... Alright, hang on. This is rude. Alright. I'm having Grok go search for it. By the way, Grok 4.5 also came out, and the benchmarks for it are looking crazy. Like, everybody is trying to eat... Anthropic's lunch right now. Grok build is supposedly really good. I haven't had a chance to mess with it yet. What about the context window? Set the context window to 104. Okay. But hold on, because what I was checking here was this. This showing the context window of 976K. That's what I was trying to figure out, like, where do I actually, what should I actually set it to in here? Let's go try that real quick. Let's see. Let's take this back. What is that? 104, 85, 76. Okay, here we go. Reasoning true. And then do I need to go set... Do I need to set the model effort in here? I don't believe so. They can just leave it like that. All right, unfortunately, hang on. I got to get the API key out again, which I think I just lost when I was clicking through everything. Oh, no, I still got it. I don't got it. I don't got it. I don't got it. Damn it. Hang on. I gotta drop back into OPSEC mode. I'm breaking everything here. Okay. I think it should work now. Let's go try. I'm actually really surprised by that potion because Nim usually gets detected a bunch. I'm surprised it's not getting detected more. Oh yeah, not sponsored by Jocko yet. This is new flavor. I don't know if you can see it. Nitro Pop. It actually was surprisingly good. I got a sampler pack. I wanted to try the other flavors. Crap, I'm out of water too. Alright, let me see here. Log in. Peaches, you're gonna drive me crazy. I started recording a YouTube video, and she started doing this exact same thing. Let's see. It still didn't come up in here. I want to run this on 5.2 because I want to run it. I want to try to run this kind of like apples for apples.
Do you need to go outside?
Oh, you're such a pain. Hang on one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Let me go let Peaches out. All right, I'm back, all you weirdos. No, I was letting Peaches out and I was getting more water. I wasn't pooping. Bunch of degenerates. Right, hold on. Where's the button? There it is. Okay. Lies and slander. Not lies. Also, Potion. If you've never seen Full Metal Jacket, that's what he's quoting whenever he says long time. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that, you're an adult now. You're allowed to go see it. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Let's see. Hi, Agent Olama. No, it's a Velo. Hang on one sec. I'm actually looking at the code, the repo for this real fast so I can see what models are actually provided in here. Not so much off-brand, it's just different brand. Let me try something else. Okay, so if I do login, let's see, API key. What did I call this? Hang on. Hang on. I gotta go back into OPSEC mode so I can check this. So y'all don't see the API key that I embedded in there. Okay, I think I need to change that. So let me change that from Olama Cloud to Olama Cloud Special. Okay, I think that's what I need to change in here. So I had to go change a designator in here. Let me go restart Pi real fast. Oh, is that it? Olama Cloud refresh? Will that do it? Okay. So I know I both simultaneously feel like I have fun times, but also y'all get to see me struggling with all of this stuff. Okay, there we go. There's GLM 5.2. Yes. Okay. Let's send it the customary greeting. Sup, dog? What did it? That was a lot to come back for a sup dog. Hang on. The user is greeting me casually. Let me check the project context. There's an agents.md file with instructions about CTF target named Orion on Hack-the-Box. Actually, the user just said, sup dog, casually. I should respond in kind and be ready to help. Oh, okay, so I forgot we had the Agents MD in there, so it's like, yo, what's good? I see we're set up for the Orion CTF target on Hack-the-Box. Let me kick the tires on the session checklist real quick. Checking VPN status. All good. Check up front. Let me also check for any project skills. None there. Let's see. There's a skills hub under Hermes. Let me scope it out. No, that's cheating. You're not supposed to look at Hermes homework. You're supposed to work by yourself. The bastard has already started cheating on me, monkey. It's already cheating. It's like, let me go look at Hermes homework. Hey, Ty, what's up? Hey, question. Loving the videos. Dude, I'm glad, man. I'm making a bigger push on getting the weekly YouTube videos out because every time I kept trying to do it, there were so many false starts on it. I think I've got everything worked out. It's still a lot of work, but the efficiency is improving in some areas, and so it's getting better. However, it's still a lot of work. Yeah, Pi just hacks the hack. It did. So, by the way, guys, if y'all have been checking out the YouTube videos, please provide me whatever brutal feedback you've got, overly specific criticisms, because I am trying to improve that. But like I said, the whole goal of that is really just to get more people into the live stream so we can have more chaos and more shenanigans. All right, you know what? I didn't even check to see if Orion is actually still available for us. Let's go look real quick. Machines. Search for Orion. Status both. Let's see. Oh, cool. Orion is actually still available. Perfect. Start the machine. Let's do this. Wait, the quantum CVE? Which one is that? Because the next video I was actually getting ready to work on is there's a huge WordPress attack campaign going on right now. And what's crazy about that is they weaponized a whole, I think like 27 different CVEs, but they're not like O days. This is just like factory production grade web shell stuff. Hey Jungle, what's up? Jungle DB. This is where the bare metal starts getting crazy. These new agents are hyper-focused on predicting you. Well, that's going to be crazy. Already so far, actually, I kind of like the fact that Pi was like, hey, I see you got Hermes here. What you got, Hermes? Oh, you got A for that answer? Okay, cool. Oh, that was the config confusion one. Yeah, the one in the what was it? Not config controller. That was a different one. But yeah, the Kubernetes one. Yeah, that was a cool one.
Welcome, agent.
Hey, Jungle, thank you for coming online, sir. Let's see, what was that? Your first buffer crash. Yeah. I wish I had put that timer in earlier. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see, let's give him a note here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but we need to... Do I need to still... Is ton 0 still up? It says it is. Make a change. The new IP address for Orion is right there. Yeah. Track that in the... Let me see, can I do this? Agents.md. Oh, cool, well, let me. Track that in agentsmd and update the Etsy host file. Also, don't cheat by using the Hermes skills or information. We want... Actually, crap, I may be starting this off on the wrong foot anyway. Hang on. Yeah, we do have some stuff in here. Okay, you know what we need to do? Scrap that. Let's see. Quit. Let me do this real quick. I didn't even start it in Orion. Where did it... Wait, hold on. We must have accidentally run this over in there. Okay, that's fine. We can work around this. All right, CD to hack the box. Let's do ls. Let's move Orion over to Orion GLM 5.2 Hermes. Actually, hold on, let me rename this. Hermes GLM 5.2, and then let's make dir Orion. And let me see what's in that that home file, agentsmd. All right, so let's just do this real quick. Let's bin that. Let me take this out real quick. Let's drop that out. Drop in the IP address, and then what we'll do is we'll copy that over to Orion, CD to Orion. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ahead of myself here, and we're going to rename Orion to Pi. There we go. We're going to keep all these separate. All right, CD2 Pi. There we go. And now let's run the Pi agent. All right, now we're cooking. Okay. Let's try this again. What's up, dog? Let's go see if it looked at Hermes stuff again. Okay, cool. So no skills loaded up yet. Perfect. Kick off recon. Yes. Update the Etsy host first. First, just for the Orion entries, and then start the recon. All right, cool. Let's see what it does. One thing I'll be straight with you I don't like about this monkey is it is incredibly verbose. Verbose. Very verbose in here. But you know what? I can deal with verbose if it works well. You can change that in settings. All right, let's go see. How did you already identify the CVE? What, were you cheating? Were you reading Hermes notes? Let's see. Clear on shrink, steer mode. No, damn it. Let's see. What themes do we have? We have light and dark theme. That's it. Let me see here. Pi agent. Make terminal less chatty. I have to go check that article out in here in a minute. We'll let it be how it is for now. Oh no! My bad. Please continue. You know what'd be funny is so many of them tried to look at the proof of concept exploit and weaponize it, and none of them were able to do it so far. So it confirmed vulnerable. Cool. And it is vulnerable. That looks like it's the correct craft CMS pre-auth RCE. So good. Did we race today? No. But I am going to try. Hopefully I'll be feeling okay. This morning I was still feeling really rough. But at least take the kids out to go practice tomorrow. And we're going to take them out early before it starts getting like, you know, butt crack of Satan hot here in Texas. It's been a long time since my last CDF. How do you stay consistent? I don't, man. Actually, Jungle, for the longest time, I was on like pen tests and red teams so often I didn't even want to do CTFs. But now I'm doing so much AI research as part of like my day job that I'm actually enjoying them now. It's like I got a shell fix that I need. It's like, hey man, you got any more of them shells? I'm gonna tell you something, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks. So, Guy, which immutable system would you recommend? Because I was going to try it whenever I set up this. I set up this Nook for Harvey to run. Harvey was originally supposed to be running on NXOS, but there was a hardware issue with NXOS on this particular Nook, and I couldn't figure it out. So instead, I just ended up giving him like Debian 13, I think. Oh, that's right. You said you were using Bazite. Now, aside from being based on Fedora, is there anything bad about it? I'm sorry. I always have to bash on the Red Hat derivatives. I do. I grew up in Debian land. That's where I'm most comfortable. Wait. No. Did you cheat? You must have cheated. Hold on. Pi is saying it's got a stable RCE now? And it pulled the MySQL? No, no, no. You're cheating. There's no fucking way. Hold on. Hold there. Hold there and recap what you've done and achieved, and most importantly, how it was achieved. Because this right here, monkey, we're gonna go check your homework, Pi. I've got all the logs in Tmux. We're gonna go check your homework, because if you're lying to me, you're banned. You're banned. Because it's saying it got a stable RCE after extracting an admin root hash. Hold on. Let's see what it said first. Because we're going to see what it says, and then we're going to go check and see what it actually did. Hey, Big Mac, what's up, dude? It's really, so Bazite's really good on all hardware. You have to reboot to install system stuff, and you have to install Flatpaks. Okay. I'll take a look at it because obviously I'm thinking about migrating Harvey over to something different anyway. But hold on, let's go see what Pi did here. All right, so it verified that ton 0 was up. It cleaned the etc host file to apply the new IP address here. Let's see. Recon did a full TCP scan with Nmap. Did web fingerprinting using What's Web. Okay. Did a GoBuster scan on Common. Nothing juicy. Search exploit for Craft CMS revealed 2 RCEs. Let's see. And this is the one that actually should have been targeted, this 32432. So first tried the old CVE posting 404 Craft error page. It was blocked. Let's see. Pivoted to the second CVE. Root cause. Handle post parameter is spread across create objects. Let's see. What did it say it was doing here? It's looking at different gadgets. Okay. Confirm the endpoint. Okay, so generate transforms was a 500. The route exists. Empty post would have been a 400. And then discover the missing piece, which is the CSRF token. Oh, it found the CSRF token. Okay. So craft enforces CSRF on posts. A plain post return 400. So after fetching a CSRF token from admin login and sending it via the XCSRF token header, the FNstream PHP info gadget returned a 200 with full PHP info dump. Nice. Okay. So it POC'd the CVE, got it working. Nice. Nice. Hang on, my microphone's out of position. Let's see. So built a Python exploit, cvelog.py and shell.py, tried 2 sync strategies where PHP managers requires pain point. So it tried session file poisoning, which was the Metasploit POC approach. Okay. Then it tried Nginx access log poisoning. So the final shell.py is an interactive runner poisoning the log once, then loops commands through X command header. Okay. That's cool. Then it started doing post exploitation. Hold on. We got to see how it got to here, because Hermes with GLM 5.2 and other models choked on this. So why did Pi get it? So hold on, let's scroll. Let's back this thing up. Let's back this dump truck of a back scroll up and go look and see what it did. Because the good thing is we have all the thinking tokens, so we can go see, like, did it steal Hermes' homework and figure this out, or what did it do? God, it did so much in like the few minutes we were talking. Okay, so here's where it's actually fixing the Etsy host. The Pi Agent Discord is called the Shitty Coders Club. That's pretty much me, man. Most of my time was always spent reading the code and not writing it. So yeah, I feel that, man. I used to have a, oh, sorry, I'm catching up with the chat here. Ty said he used to have the same battle with a coworker because he was a Red Hat guy. And in Bazite, you can't accidentally remove something essential. That means I'm not root. That's what I feel there. You can also do /export to get a nice snapshot. Okay. Well, I mean, we got it here. Let's go run through this. All right, so Craft CMS was found. That's a juicy lead on a RCE or SQL. Wait a second. So here's where it's talking about in its thinking tokens. This is a known CMS with known vulnerabilities. Let me start looking there. It spits out some info. So it does a little bit more curling action, checking everything in it. Ride Telecom's the site. It starts fingerprinting. It finds the admin login page. Did the GoBuster. GoBuster came back with nothing else. So hold on, let me see here. So here, it's actually, in its thinking tokens, it's pulling out some CVE information. But hold on, where did it pull that from? Okay, so that's the first question I need to ask it. Hang on, let me pull up Notepad. Let me see here. All right. Your thinking tokens showed, let's see, hold on. Let me tell exactly where it found it. So after running GoBuster, let's see, after running GoBuster, that you were thinking about CVE, which one was that? That was CVE 2023 41892. 2023 of 41892. Where did that reference come from? That's the first question we're going to ask it right here. GLM 5.2 might have that in the training. It might have it in the training, but that's also what I want to double check. Is like, did I miss something, or is it like, hey, we've got this in the model weights? Hold on, let me look this up real quick. GLM 5.2 training cutoff. Because the training cutoff is probably 2026. Not when it was released, you dumbass. I want to know when the training cutoff was. Yes, it was released June 2026, but that's not the training cutoff. Let's see. Hang on, I'm trying to check it real quick. GLM 5.2 training data cutoff date. Okay, here we go. Grok for the win. Grok found the release was in June, but the training cutoff was March 2026, and the second CVE in here. So yeah, this must have come from memory in it. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Olama web search. And it was searched for that same one, 2023 41892. This is, so one of the things it found is, this is exactly the Hack the Box surveillance box exploit, which makes sense. Orion is likely similar or reskinned. Let me first confirm the Craft CMS. Oh, you know what? If it's got web searching in here, that's how it might have cheated. I don't know. Well, let's see. We haven't confirmed that it cheated yet. All right, so it tried 41,892. That failed. So we'll just keep scrolling a little bit. Seeing the thinking tokens is actually very cool in this. PHP info didn't leak. Hold up, when did it do search exploit in here? Let me see. Because now it's referencing search exploit tokens. Let's see here. Here's the curl command. Echo grep. Here's recon. Here we go. Here's where it ran search exploit. It's buried in here because it's chaining all these together, which is kind of cool, but also a little bit annoying in here. So then it did search exploit craft CMS right here. And then that's where it found, I think it was, I don't know which one of these it would be. It says I can push Control O to expand, but I don't want to. I can't expand it when I'm traveling the back scroll here. As any self-respecting hacker would say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. That is true. However, I cannot gauge its ability if it automatically goes through and starts searching the web and it's like, here's a write-up on Orion and here's how I'm going to do it. I was like, that's not gauging the agent's abilities. That's gauging how well can it search and then follow instructions, which are also important, but not what I want. Let's see here. So it tried 41,892. That one failed. So then in the thinking tokens, let's see. Action parameter is likely sent in the body. It's trying to configure it here. All right, so the craft 400 error came back. So 41,892 is likely dead. Shut up, baby. I know it. Search exploit also showed an exploit for 5616, which was the one we were looking at. Let's see. When did that one come out? Let me see. What article number is this? 52.525. I'm checking something else here real quick. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect because GLM 5.2's training cutoff was March. But this exploit was not released until April. Perfect. So the exploit itself, it did have to go to find search exploit for it. It did do a search for it using the Olama web search tool. But the exploit itself, this one could not have been in the training set because it was released after the cutoff. Okay. You didn't explicitly say don't do that. True. We're going to fix that. Okay. Hold on. Do not search for any, let's see. Hack the box write-ups if they come up during other web searches. Do not read them. Yeah, we're gonna add it to the agents, MD. Let's see. Two main sync approaches. So now it starts working on this approach here. So the pre-auth RCE in agents generate endpoints. This matches Orion being patched new craft. A patched newer craft box. Let me verify the endpoint's reachable. It goes through and see these over into recon, which is weird. I would have thought that would have been already the present working directory, but maybe that's just how Pi is kind of set up to run this. It cats nmap. It does a couple of curls to generate transforms. Does an empty JSON post tries to do some brute forcing of asset IDs in here. So for nmap, it identified ports 22 and 80. Returns 500 post. Let's see. Gonna write a proper Python exploit for it. What's the CD Ratel approach? It needs to calm down with these big words too, like idempotent. So there's complexity around the asset IDs. Let me first understand what's happening here. It double checks the ports. Only 22 and 80 are open. Okay, so the endpoint sets a cracked CSRF token. This likely needs to be in the header. So it goes and grabs a fresh token. That was one of the issues that the other coding harnesses, for some reason, still using GLM52, didn't quite work around. That's when I screwed it up. I said, my bad, please continue. CSRF was the missing piece. It's now confirmed. Hold on, so what did it run here? Let's see. So then it came back with a 404 after it went through and redid everything. Retry gadget. So the pattern it's doing here, by the way, guys, in case y'all didn't know what's happening, is it's running things, and then it will come through and say, okay, cool, we ran this, and now I'm going to echo this in a way that's convenient for the model to reason about it. So like right here, retry gadget with that CSRF token in the FN stream PHP info. Then it tries another approach right here. Then it says, okay, now we're going to try the plaintext handler approach. So when this cluster of commands fires, it tells it, hey, this is part of this group of tests. This is part of this group. So it's in some way making its own structured output. If you've never really dug into like what these coding agents are doing, that's one of the common patterns I've seen. They do it in different ways, but I thought that was pretty cool. Let me see if this works. I didn't have a chance to test it before the stream, Gumby. That's a good one. Where do suicide bombers go after they die? Everywhere. Let's see. So kind of one thing with the PyAgent, its context boilerplate is only like around 1,000 tokens. So really, it's mainly GLM52 shining. What do you mean the boilerplate for it? Because obviously, like GLM52 has a pretty big context window. It's near 1 million tokens. All right, so after it went through and it figured out this exploit, let's go take a look at this real quick. So it got the key values from the PHP. So it got the PHP info. It found out the document root was in TripDub's HTML craft web. Let's see, varlib PHP sessions is where everything's hanging out. Upload directory was empty. That became temp, I guess. And also it found out which version of the Linux kernel it was running. I'll use the Metasploit approach, poison the session file with PHP via a query parameter, then trigger PHP to require it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's ask another question. After verifying CVE, which one was this? Let me see. Let's see. With the fixed CSRF token, how did you know about the Metasploit? What was that? What did it say it was? Hold on, let me see. Session file poisoning approach. Let me try that. Session file poisoning approach. So those are questions we're going to ask it. Well, let me clean this up real quick. Let's see. Hey, Dumas, what's up, man? So other harnesses have like 5,000 to 10,000 tokens worth of system instructions and guardrails. Oh, that's what you're talking about. That boilerplate. Okay. When you said context boilerplate, I wasn't sure what you were referencing to. Yeah. It's actually worse than that, Monkey. I think for Claude Code, it's like 30,000. It's a good chunk. Let me see, Gumby. Kermit. You know what's long and green and smells like bacon? Kermit's finger. All right, let's see here. Wait, y'all didn't hear the TTS? Ah, son of a biscuit. What's broken now? I had to do another Windows update, and it's always breaking crap. Hang on, let me try this. Yeah, that didn't do it. Piece of turd.
White Under Sunset cheered 43 bits and says,
Okay. There we go. SpeakerBot lied to me. So I checked SpeakerBot. What happens here is, whenever those come in, yeah. Okay.
Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what Gumby sent the first time. Why don't terrorists shop at Walmart? They prefer Target. And the second one. How do frogs die? They Kermit. Suicide. Damn it, Gumby. So, yeah, SpeakerBot said it was set up to use the correct audio output, but it lied. It lied to me. All my machines lie to me. I think this one's lying to me. That's what I'm trying to suss out here. Let's see. How did it know about the Metasploit approach? Let's see. So the Rapid 7 module for this wasn't even published until May, so GLM 5.2 must have come about this from somewhere, but I didn't see where in the thinking tokens. All right, let's see if this one works, Gumby.
RNO Gumby cheered 5 bits and says, Question. How did the terrorist get into Czechoslovakia? Answer. They didn't check his papers.
No ticket. So there was a funny thing. Y'all missed this, well, because the TTS wasn't working at first. It actually, the first time you generated that, Gumby, it didn't say question. It goes, question. And then when it goes there, it's like, ass. Like, it didn't say answer. It said ass. It's like, what are you doing, 11 Labs? All right, so it went through and it generated some new Python code. And this is actually all in its thinking token still. So it confirmed it was vulnerable. And then it wrote a new CVE here. A new CVE exploit. Got a 500 with that error. It's rewriting the function here. Hold on one second. Let me see. This is getting confusing. Let me look at the actual Metasploit source carefully. Let me reread from the search result. Oh, it found the Metasploit approach from the search results. Got it. Okay, we're still going to ask it. I want to see what it says. That didn't make sense either unless static stub already contains a PHP block that reads the current request payload somehow. Okay, this is already... So even if it found... Bobby, even if this... Or not Bobby, Monkey. Even if this found this information, like how to build the exploit from Metasploit, that's still valid because it didn't find a write-up for this. But the fact it was able to go through and find it and then correct it, the other agent harnesses didn't do that. That's a trick question. There is no Czechoslovakia. Not anymore, Ken, but there was when I was a kid, so it's still funny.
RNO Gumby cheered 5 bits and says, question, what's a terrorist's favorite drink? Answer, a Molotov cocktail.
They burn on the way down. Okay, so on. So now it's sitting here. So we knew where it got the Metasploit code. It found it from searching. And then it went through and managed to actually go through and fix it. RCE achieved. We're now running as TripDub's data. So hold on. How did it run this real quick? So it passed it the command right here. Okay. So it went and rebuilt. Let's go look at this code real quick. So this is in CVE_log.py. Let's go look at that real quick. So here in Hack the Box, let's see. Where is this? This one. Recon, and then this was... Why did this change the view here? No, I want... List view. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let's see. So did it build this in pure Python? Did it literally just convert everything from Ruby to Python? It looks like it.
Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair.
You're so full of crap, Potion. Many have come before you with this information and have made this claim, and I have refuted them all. True. Back with num-nums. Nice. Okay, so it went through. They did this really fast. I am actually very shocked at how quickly it did this. All right, where did we actually stop it at? Hold on. No, hold on. I want to go back a little bit further because it's still running commands here. So it made a shell.php. So stable RCE via TripDub's data on Orion, the user Adam exists. Let me hunt for flags and dump the craft config DB credentials for lateral movement. Nice. Even the AI says F Ruby. Dude, I wanted to like Ruby, and the more I messed with it, the more I hated it. The only thing I hated more than Ruby was Java, to be real. Can AI de-rust the kernel? I don't know. I mean, everybody seems to be wanting to do kernel rust now. Did we see? Did y'all see the Firefox RCE? I did not yet. I'll be real with you too about that potion. Firefox RCEs are kind of neat. However, Firefox current market share. What's the current market share for a Firefox browser? I think it's down to 3%. Yeah, 3.3% globally, 6.3% on desktops as of June 2026. One of the things I'd like to see is how many tokens did it take versus the other harnesses. I don't know if Hermes keeps that as a detail. Isn't Tor built on Firefox? No. It's just usually Firefox is what's used for Tor browsers. Yeah, most of the time they're using Firefox instead of like Chromium based ones. Yeah. Another TTS? Oh no.
RNO Gumby cheered 5 bits and says, question, what does a terrorist photographer do? Answer, photobomb.
Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair.
You're full of crap, Potion. Hold on, so it actually looks like it went and almost made like an interactive shell in here. So it passed it all the commands it wanted to run. So the flags, find /user.txt. It's not going to find it in here. And then, let's see, Adam's home permissions. And then it looked at the craft env. Nice. Nice. Let's see. You could just add a status bar as a metric. Maybe. We can try and go take a look at it. So what we're doing right now, Gumby, is we're looking at... Last weekend, we were messing around with Hermes. And actually, I liked Hermes. I thought it was pretty cool. But today, we're messing around with Pi. These are different coding harnesses. I hesitate to call them agents now, because really they are more like harnesses. But anyway, we're looking to see, like, could we use one of those as the basis for Hackbot? So rather than trying to build the harness ourselves, we can use one of these that's already available and working well. And so far, Pi is actually very much impressing me. And then go through and use that to just build what we want for Hackbot on top of it. So when it came through here, where did it get that? Oh, it got, okay, so from the env file, it got the database password. Okay, that's where it got the database password. Cool. Let's see. Let me locate MySQL and try with proper quoting. Let's see, MySQL via MariaDB worked, so let me dump the user table. So it runs our shell.py again, and then it runs MySQL with uroot, it gives it the password, and then it does select ID, username, email, password, status from users. Now, how did it know the structure of the oh, it did show tables up here. That's how it knew the structure of it, I believe. But also, given the craft CMS, the documentation's probably in the training set. It was probably able to pull that back out. Let's see. So it got the hash for Adam right here. It's bcrypt. And then it started to go through and like try to find a way to crack this, checking to see if we have any GPUs. And I think that's where we stopped it. And then it's because it was building a word list here. Okay, that's pretty legit. All right, hold on. We got some questions for it here. Let's see. So the questions we've got, let me blow this up. Okay. So after running GoBuster, you were thinking about CVE 41892. Where did that reference come from? And after verifying CVE 32432 with the fixed CSRF token, how did you know about the Metasploit session file poisoning approach? Let's see, another one. Let's see. During web searching, did you find any write-ups that showed how to solve the Orion challenge, CTF? Also, going forward, write these instructions to the agents.md. All right, let's see. Let's see what it's got. It did not take it very long, man. Yeah, it did it just in a few minutes while we were sitting here working through this. It was wild. All right. Let me answer honestly. Good, because if you lie to me, you're banned. Do not search for any Hack the Box write-ups. If they come up during other web searches, do not read them. Okay, cool. Let me back this dump truck up. All right. Let's see. So where did the information about CVE 41892 come from? Came from my own internal training knowledge. I didn't search for it. Okay, that's what we assumed by looking at the thinking tokens. How did you know about the Metasploit session file poisoning approach? It came from the second web search. One that returned results was a full source of the Metasploit module. Oh, very nice. On the Rapid 7 system, methods directly result. That module poisons the PHP session file via a query parameter. Okay, that's cool. Did I find any Hack the Box Orion write-ups? No dedicated Orion write-ups, but I should be transparent about something close. The first search, the 41892 POC, returned GIS explicitly titled 41892 Craft CMS code execution, POC Hack the Box surveillance, i.e. POC material for the surveillance CTF box, which is a predecessor or sibling to Orion. Same exploit family. Let's see. So I recognize this as explicitly noted as same Hack the Box. We saw that in the thinking tokens too. Let's see. So the second search. So the second search for the proper CVE 32432 returned that Metasploit module, the CD Retel POC, Mercelin's POC, none of which were Orion write-ups. Okay, that's fine. So I did not read a step-by-step Orion walkthrough, that's fine, but I did read Hack the Box Surveillance POC gist, and it gave me the exploit technique family. Okay. And that's fine if it did that. Let's see. Cool. All right. How did you know? Let's see. Let me ask you this. What made you check the database for password hashes? And how did you know the database table structure? I can't type. Structure. Given all the moving parts, I question how much of this is dumb luck, random seed based on the non-determinism of the language models that achieve this result. I know, Bobby. I'm like, did it just get lucky because it did the web search? Ban me, daddy. That's right. No, tell him to calm down. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Let's see. I love that we can check the thinking tokens because there have been times when in the thinking tokens, the model might be like, oh shit, I'm about to get in trouble. And then it will come through and be like, I better just lie about this. Let's see. I didn't know the structure ahead of time. First query was this, and that failed with unknown column. Oh, okay, I only saw the one, and that's why I wanted to ask. It's like, hey, how did you know this? Because I only saw the one that worked. I didn't see it do the other ones that failed, because there was a lot in that back scroll there. Don't get me wrong, this is still super impressive, but worth trying to pressure test a bit. So that's actually what I've been working on right now, Bobby. A lot of my work for my day job has been going through and doing evals on trying to, what's the correct word? Basically get good statistics about how those models are going to process certain types of data and see how they're going to process that data if we change the format of it. Because we have some structured attack path data in there and we want to see how it's going to handle that. So that's what I've been working on right now to try and figure that out, Bobby. Like, hey, how much of it's random and how much of it is if we can structure this? So like I have it doing about 10 runs over and over and over to sit there and let it do this. So that way I can get some kind of statistical significance on it. So it does like 40 different tasks, and then each of those tasks gets graded, and that's one run. So then we do it 10 times, and then that's like 400 runs in there. Thinking tokens. Oh, damn, he's asking the question. Gotta respond. That's right. Yeah, a lot of this, it can come down to just randomness. Like, hey, the agent got stuck in some kind of weird loop and, you know, did a flat spin, right? And just cratered into the side of a mountain. And other times it's like, it just happens to hit like the one random thread that lets it sail right through. Okay, so I asked it what made it check the database for hashes. I needed to escalate TripDub data to Atom, but Atom we didn't have read permissions. Only Atom had that, and the Hack the Box user flags live in the user's home. As TripDub's data, I can't read it, so I needed to become Atom. SSH port 22 is the obvious path, which needs Atom's password or key. I had full database credentials from the env file, so I had unrestricted MySQL access to the Orion database. CMS convention for Craft CMS, like essentially every CMS, stores the user's account and password hash in the database, so admin's account hashed password was sitting in the database table that I could read. And then the Craft Atom or admin's user email was adam@orion.hackthebox. Okay. The OS user is Atom. So that's a strong hint that the password owns both accounts, and Hack the Box most common lateral movement pattern is password reuse between web CMS or OS and SSH accounts. So dump the hash, crack it, try for SSH. Nice. How I knew the table structure, I didn't actually know it. We saw the thinking tokens, it had to troubleshoot and guess. Okay. Okay, good approach. Good approach. I already cracked Adam's password. It is, and I gotta go pull it up and see what it is actually. Hold on. Because we had the copy of the write-up that we gave to Hermes for it to go try. Let's see. Here it is. Doop. Let's see. What was Adam's password? Damn it. Let's see. Find password. So there was that was the database password. There you go. So Adam's password for Craft CMS is Dark Angel. So that should be it. My fear with a lot of the language models has been the stochasticity of it all. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, what did Ballmer do? I mean, this time. I know he's done a lot. Let me go double check this, actually. Hang on. Let's see. SSH to Adam at, let's see, Orion.htb. Password. Okay, that is the correct password. I wanted to go double check it before I sent it over to Pi. Let's see. You can continue from there, working to get the root flag. Disclosure, what's up, man? Gigantic emoji. Dong, dong, dong. So it's going to SSH in, grab the user.txt, and start privesc enumeration. Okay, cool. So it got the user.txt flag. That's cool. So it's checking to see if there's a sudo exploit, which is cool because that's actually where I would start. So it's looking at capabilities, crons, let's see, listening ports, interesting processes. That's cool. Let's see if it finds the listening telnet port. Because the Privesk was the telnet exploit. Oh, it found it. Telnet's listening. Look at that. Hermes missed that completely. Obama released Windows Me. ME. I never call it Windows ME. It's always Windows Me. Okay, so it's on the Telnet D path. It's inspecting it. Holy crap, what time is it? Dude, it's taken it less than an hour to go through with this. And a lot of that was with me going back and rereading all the thinking tokens. It's a me, Windows. Oh, no. So tonight we decided to test out the Pi agent because Monkey's a big fan of it. And Pi is a lot simpler than Hermes. So it might be simpler for us to start with Pi and then build in everything we want in it. All right, so it's thinking. So MySQL D is running as MySQL, that's non-root. No custom SUID binaries, no writable paths. Let's see. So it's thinking. It flagged that interesting telnet, but I think it gave up on it too soon. User local bin composer is writable by Atom. Oh, it said it there. It was so close. It mentioned Telnet D, logging in as a user and trying to escape it to root. It's thinking. It's stuck on this user bin composer that's in here. Now it's reconsidering Privesk by the Craft app itself. Now it's looking at kernel exploits. I wonder if it'll find something like maybe this. I didn't check, but maybe this one's vulnerable to dirty frag. Oh, it's looking at Telnet again. It's like, could I just do a Telnet tac L as root? So it's trying. It's looking. It doesn't see like any back doors in here. It's on the right path. I wonder, should I interrupt it and give it a hint about checking the version of Telnet? Let's see. Do I have to put like a /steer in here? Check the Telnet version. Okay, it just saw it flash by real quick, but it did find a Telnet. Local Privesk in GNU utils Telnet D abusing the login system. Okay. Oh, so actually, hold on. It found it just before I steered it, Monkey. It found, like, because I saw the steer come through. Oh. Thanks for the heads up, Monkey. Hey, honey. All I see in chat. Hi, Sock. I know. You're so patient too. I know it's a game for you just to see how long it's going to take me to notice. You know what I will try to do, guys? I'll try to get. I've been meaning to set up like a little ESP32 system that will integrate into the stream, and one that will like give me some notifications. Maybe I can add a speaker to that too. Like y'all can have like a redeem that fires like once every, I don't know, 30 minutes or something, but it will play a sound that says "Hi Sock" so she could hear it. I think that'd be pretty funny. A wild tea appears. And like a very good wife, she did not spill the tea. Do I plan to come visit Canada? Dude, I want to visit Canada so bad. Because I have very distant family in Newfoundland from my grandmother's side. And I so badly would love to go visit them. They have been down to Texas to visit me once. And I have not had a chance to go visit them. It's okay, it's on the right path. It's trying to figure out this telnet exploit. What's the usage been on this? Hang on, let me go check the session usage real quick. I can go look in my settings. Let's see, usage. All right, I recently upgraded to a Llama Pro cloud. It's currently used 1.9% of the 5-hour window. Okay, so it found the issue. It's trying to see if it can make it work. And it's basically trying to set root as an environment variable and then execute it. It's trying to fix its code now. Nice. Let's see if it does this. So far, this run has been highly impressive. Now, if we go with Pi for this one, Pi does not have a lot of the cool helper features like the auto learning and auto growth. However, I already had plans for building those myself as part of Hackbot because I have very opinionated methods on how I want the learning and growth to happen. This is getting messy. The issue is my IAC processing has bugs. It's trying so hard. It's trying so hard. It's thinking very, very hard right now. Nice, Gumby. Eventually, I'll add that, though. So most of the commands actually aren't run through Stream Elements anymore, Gumby. There's a few of them that are. I've migrated most of them over to StreamerBot now. So I'd have to go add the ESP32 integrations over to StreamerBot. So it's trying to write its own telnet interpreter in Python right now. That's what it looks like it's doing. Plot twist for Hackbot. BlazeBits might shift towards pen testing satellites professionally, turning Hackbot into SpaceBot. Space! I cannot wait, actually, until Agent Zero may be old enough now. I really want him to go play Portal. I should see if how he would do with it. Would he be able to think non-linearly for Portal? You got your streamer co-pilot in the works, guy. I would like to see that when you got it ready. It sounds like it'll be cool. Yeah, the cake is a lie. Hang on. I'm still here. I'm just turning off the camera real quick while I pop some pills. One of the main things is my sleep tracker has been like, bro, are you even sleeping? I'm like, I'm trying. My sleep schedule's all jacked up too. I'm not pooping. I'm literally talking to you right now, you spazzes. I missed you guys, by the way. Wednesday night and Sunday night. By the way, I didn't get to tell you about that. So Sunday night, we went to Arlington, which is in between Dallas and Fort Worth. And that's where we went and saw. They had a drone show, which was really cool. And they had some nice fireworks going off out there. We met some really cool folks from Chicago. And we were just hanging out with them. The dad from that group was another RX-7 fan and like had several that he worked on and built and sold. So we were just talking RX-7s, having a great time, chilling out with them. They were talking about the heat, and I was like, don't worry about it. After your second heat stroke, you're basically immune. It was a good time. The kids loved it. And they passed out in the car on the way home. Oh, no, they didn't. One of them did. Agent Zero, because he's chill. Honey Badger was awake the whole drive home. It's still trying it's still trying to get this Telnet exploit to work. It's still trying. It's trying so hard. It's trying so hard here. I've got a Drift G35. Oh, nice. Dude, I love those RX-7s, though. And honestly, I've always loved them, especially the rotary engines. They're so cool. And I didn't really fully appreciate how they function until I started working on Agent Zero's two-stroke. Now, then I really, really appreciated them more. Hackbot hasn't finished yet, Chris. It's still working on it. And no, Honey Badger does not ride just yet. Actually, I'm trying to find a way to... It might have actually just hit like a turn limit in here. I think so. I think we hit the end of life token. Let's see. So... how's it going? Let's see what it says. No, see, Gumby, heat stroke is like poison, right? There was that old Roman emperor, like he drank a little bit of poison every day to build up an immunity, right? Heat stroke's the same way. After your second one, you just don't feel it anymore. I hear Sock yell from the other room, "'Cause you're dead." Oh damn. Wait, you gave me info, but then you just kept running your mouth. What's going on here? Oh, what did it say? I just grabbed the exact thing I need. Okay, so it just hit some kind of like, basically, I think turn limit, and that's what it. Oh, y'all could hear Sock all the way in the other room. Damn, this microphone is sensitive. Got to be gentle with it. It's sensitive. I did an 11-mile run today in peak sun and I was on the verge of death. Well, your first mistake was running 11 miles. Your second mistake was doing it out in this summer. This isn't the worst summer. I say that, Bobby, because I suck at running. I have always wanted to really be a good runner. I have to just admit that I'm built more like a dwarf, lethal over short distances. That's how I am. That's what she said? Yeah, gotta be extra sensitive with it. I do have the ASMR tag on, so I'll just... Sock has Yar rules on the chat. Oh, I'm sure she does. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can handle this differently. Can you spawn and control a Tmux session? Hold off on the exploit while we chat. Let's see if we can give it something a little bit more interactive here. So Pi's tmux.md is only about key pass-through. Okay. So my one-shot SSH command in the raw socket telnet approach has been fighting me on two fronts: binary telnet operation negotiations and interactive shells. Let's see. So a tmux pane gives me a persistent real PTY that can do both. One caveat to flag: Pi's tmux.md recommends a tmux config with extended keys CSU, so your modified keys work inside tmux when you attach, since you may attach to my session and poke around manually. Let's see. I don't use custom tmux configs, so let's see. Why don't you spawn a tmux session that you can control interactively and avoid the coding bug, the coding issues. Check the Discord. Let me see. Oh, sick. It's naked. That's cool, Gumby. Guy, that is very cool. I don't know. I'm calling everybody Gumby tonight. What's your name? I'm Gumby. No, I'm Gumby. No, I'm Spartacus. Swapped it from with an engine from Japan. Nice. Dude, and the guy that I was talking to from Chicago watching the fireworks, he knew all about the Australian motors for the RX-7s because they had different motors. And so we were talking about those. I told him, I had daydreamed as a high schooler of like building one. As much as running sucks when you start out, it's worth the mental clarity you get eventually, but it takes some time to ramp up. So the problem is I was severely overweight when I was in high school, and so I have calves that are just built like giant slabs of meat. It's just two heavy-ass pendulums that I'm trying to run with, Gumby. They're such a beatdown. I didn't even know that was a problem until I was talking to this running coach. He's like, dude, your calves are going to be brutal, like when you're trying to run. I was like, well, at least I know it wasn't completely just I suck at running. Part of it is physiological. Yeah, you're Gumby too now. You're all Gumby. Everybody in chat is Gumby for tonight. Screw the feds. Everybody's Gumby. I don't know why. Rotors are crap though. Cool, but crap amount of maintenance you need to run on them. I admit they do take a lot of maintenance, but you know what they are? They're freaking sweet. I love rotaries so much. I don't know why. I just love them. No, I'm Gumby. No, I'm Gumby. Everybody's Gumby now. If you have a heart, then Gumby's a part of you. Let's see. All right, cool. So I can type real commands into the PTY and feed back from them. No more one-shot SSH commands. To drive it from here, I'll use three primitives: send keys, capture pane, and tmux orion.log tail to read everything. All right. Full send. Get that root flag. Get that root flag like it owes you money. Hey, Icarus, what's up? Happy Saturday. Try switching to cycling. Much more fun than running, and calves are actually helping. So I do have a sprint bike here in the house, foils, hats. And that one is, well, I do really like it. So the idea there is it's got an electromagnetic clutch and a machine learning algorithm built into it that knows exactly how hard it can push you based on your power output and your heart rate. So it does a really great job with like just burning the ever living crap out of your legs. And I have been trying to work on that consistently. I did it last week after not having done it for 2 weeks and actually set a new PR. So I was happy that I wasn't like flailing in between those 2 weeks. But I'm trying to get back to doing that at least twice a week. Oh yeah, Gumby, no worries, man. I just rode 20 kilometers to the beach and 20 back where I live. Okay, I need that in freedom units though. 20 kilometers. That's like, what is it? I think it's 2.2 kilometers to a mile. How many Walmarts is that? 12 Walmarts. Got it. Okay. That's right. Americans, if you didn't know this, Hats, Americans, we will use any unit of measurement that is not kilometers or metric. And so it's like, hold on, is it 20 kilometers to freedom units? That's funny. I asked the whatever the Brave search is to freedom units and it picked miles. Nice. Yeah, it's how many cheeseburgers per bald eagle is that? Exactly. Churchill said, Americans can always be trusted to do the right thing once all other possibilities have been exhausted. That is amazingly accurate. That is amazingly accurate, Icarus. Hey, process of elimination is still a valid process. All right, it's still flailing a bit here. I wonder if I can attach to that TMUX session. Let me see. Crap, I don't know what it is. TMUX list sessions. Let's see if we can peep on it and see what it's doing in TMUX. Let's see. TMUX list. Let's see. I can't. Sessions. TMUX attach Orion. Let's see. I remember how to do that. Oh, it's attached tech T. Ugh. Killing me, Smalls. Hang on. Just open up another one. Fine. Give me a new terminal. Emotes. Not Hermes, Orion. I want to see if I can mess with it. That's what it says. Actually, which TMUX session is it using? I might not even be connected to the correct one. I think he just ignored what I sent it. That's funny. Would it be the Hermes one? I don't think so because I just saw activity in this one, right? It's coming through and it's actually asking for a password now. So we're not doing news this week? Unfortunately, no. I'll fold news into next week's. We'll see what we've got in there. So it's still fighting this telnet issue here. Let me go pull up the PDF here. Hang on. Ah, damn it. I gotta turn that off. Let me see. Edit. Let's see. Find. Yeah, here's where it did it. Right here. So that should be the option that this is the command that it's dancing around right here. Try the env bar for user and the telnet command as a single command. Let's see if we can steer it a little bit. I know, right, Gummy? Ew, telnet. It's think about it. It's trying. It's thinking here. It's trying to figure out how to make it work. Even though it should be right here. There we go. It got it now. After we gave it so we only had to give it basically 2 little hints here. Not bad. It did that in about an hour, I would say. That's pretty cool. The dream of the 90s is alive with Telnet. Okay. So what we give it is we gave it 2 little hints here. We told it go use Tmux for something like this, right? So you have interactive sessions. You're not having to fight the coding issue because it fought that Python code trying to basically build its own telnet interpreter. And then we told it how to combine the 2 of them together. And then it finally realized like why that worked. So, all right, that was pretty cool. Let's go do this. Okay. Let's see. Great job, Padawan. Look through everything you did and find ways you could improve yourself for next time. You could have, let's say, executed the testing better for next time. Telnet hella insecure. So this one will, Chris, where you can do what's called like basically a mid-turn steer. That's what they call it, steering now. That's my main qualm with AI. It does well in little chunks and still needs a lot of human oversight. I know, right? But we didn't have to steer it very much. We had to do a lot more steering with Hermes. Pi, for some reason, went through even after we told Hermes to go investigate how the exploit was performed with Metasploit. to how to go through and do it and control it. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the back door there, my guy. I know, right? Oh man, it's being very self-critical here. Let's go see what it said. Look at number 10. My sed and awk mangled the Etsy host file. I had to rewrite the whole thing, and in doing so, I dropped the snapd hack the box, admin hack the box entries that belong to another box. Next time, edit only the target's lines with precise sed and grep v. Preserve everything else, and diff before and after. Okay, so number 1, let's see. So what I asked it to do was go through, see where it screwed up, and provide self-criticism, basically. Number 1 was use a real tool before writing a re-implementation. I wrote a Python telnet client with hand-parsed IAC new environs and got subtly wrong results. Inconsistent user handling led to a false conclusion. Telnet drops the spaced values. I then spent around 6 rounds theorizing about telnet's tokenizer and the TACF template and all the gcov path catalogs, S-tracing, all chasing a bug in the client. The real telnet client, driven in tmux, worked on the first proper try. Hang on. Okay, so new rule. For any interaction or byte protocol work, telnet, SSH, PTY, weird shells, drive the real client in a tmux PTY. Only hand roll a client if the real one genuinely can't do it. I had tmux available the whole time and only used it whenever it was suggested. Cool. Let's see. Number 2, it said, don't trust negative results from buggy custom clients. Nice. So when my Python client gave inconsistent output, I should have immediately suspected that the client that the agent wrote, and validated with a real telnet client. Instead, I built an elaborate theory about telnet tokenizing. Let's see. All right, so another thing here was correct observed behavior to the exploit. So I saw the environment exploit user without the define, sent local user, and got Atom. That was the entire key to the CVE, the local user TACF root and export, sidestepping the environment defined 2-token limit. So if you had spelled it out, I should have logged export sends local environment earlier. Okay. Let's see. Check applicability flags before diving into an exploit. I burned rounds on the old exploit, 28372. When it needs greater than 2.4, the box has 2.37. So it was not even in the valid exploit range. Let's see. Then it goes on grabbing the failed CSRF token. I'm not going to ping it for that. Stop chasing the wrong CVE from memory. Oh, wait, hold on. I take it back. That first one was the correct exploit, I think. I think so. No, that was a different one. 28372, that was a different one. Let's see. Right of discipline, even before the policy existed. So I read hack the box labeled surveillance gist and CVE POC search and use the term as my exploit reference, even without the policy yet. I should have treated, obviously, hack the box title results as off limits. That's fine. I didn't tell you not to do that yet. It made some mistakes with strace. Cracking was left incomplete. I never actually cracked the bcrypt you handled. You handed it to me. CPU cost 13 is slow. Yeah, that's fine. That's not a problem for you. Etsy host was sloppy, cleaner enumeration. Several commands dumped 30 to 50 lines of broad output. I could have been more surgical. Let's see. One targeted PS filter instead of PS AUX, then grep. Okay. Nice. My agents do this to me all the time. It improvises and ruins my system architecture and then remakes unit tests so they pass with the bugged output data. Oh no. I hate when they're like, I can't pass the test, so I'm just going to change the test. I'm like, I hate to break it to you, Mr. AI agent. You are not Captain Kirk. You don't get to go Kobayashi Maru this. No, you got to actually follow the test the way it's written. Let's see. That actually worked out pretty freaking well, man. Let's try another one real quick. Yeah, save that for now. Oh, let's just save that. Okay, I was gonna do one more test with it, but I just noticed it's we only have about 30 minutes left, so yeah, let's go dig into that. I was gonna give it the write-up and see how well it followed it. Because that was where Hermes, that was one of the places Hermes got stuck. It was trying to follow the write-up, and it couldn't get Metasploit to work properly. Now, granted, part of that was a Ruby 3.3 issue. We had to go fix that. The other thing is, it didn't realize that it should have been running Metasploit through Tmux. Okay. Let's quit out of here. Actually, hold on. Let's do this. Okay. 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 Now how can how can this Pi agent, I'm going to see, what did you say? Build itself. Build its skills. What skills do you currently have? Etc. My shell had a typo. I'm not going to ping you for a typo because I make way worse typos. It is kind of cool to see the thinking tokens. I wish I could just toggle them on and off. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Let's see. Rock. In the Pi coding agent, can you toggle off the thinking token display? Let's see, you can change it in the settings.json. Hold on, so Gumby, yeah, Gumby's saying it. Everybody's Gumby. It's saying do Control T. Oh, okay, cool. Good, I get to tell Grok that was going. Does it? How did you miss that? I love this snarky attitude of some of these agents because I asked Grok, I was like, and it didn't know. And it said, it's like, oh, right, Control T toggles thinking blocks. Thanks for the correction. That's it. What did I say? You were telling me how to do thinking blocks in here. All right, hold on. Let's see what it said. What skills I currently have is Pi, 0. So I checked every Pi discovery location, or all are empty, missing. So when agents.emd said, check the skills hub first, there was nothing for Pi to load. That's why this is why the whole Orion run was done raw, no skills. He's raw dogging it. What does exist on the machine? So we got Hermes skills. That's is a full skill hub with the Hermes skills. It has a whole bunch of stuff, but Pi isn't wired to any of it. All right. How Pi builds itself. So you can author a skill. So there's a skills directory in here. Front matter only requires a name and a description. It was monkey. That's the joke, though. Everybody's been Gumby tonight. We're not feds. We're all Gumby tonight. Let's see. We can also wire in the Hermes library into Pi if we wanted to. Install from registries. Reuse other harness skills. Oh, you can also pass it this one right here. So concrete proposal for this target. So given the Orion lessons, I do two things. Author a Hack the Box CTF skill under Pi Agent Skills Hack the Box that bakes in the lessons methodology so it auto-loads in every CTF session. VPN check, surgical Etsy host changes, full TAC-PTAC in-map. We can also wire in the Hermes hub. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Okay, look at the lessons learned. Actually, hold on. We can just tell it. Look at lessons and distill them down into universal reusable notes for pit voids to avoid. Let's see. For pitfalls to avoid. Let's see. Nothing specific to Orion, but things to avoid in the future for all CTFs. Gummy's gonna get thrown in the pokey. The hokey pokey, maybe. All right, let's let this guy run for just a second. So far, I'm actually really liking Pi. Hermes looks really cool out of the box. It looks really sick. But for the kind of deep customization we want to do, Pi might be the better fit. Hang on one second. Let me... Hang on, let me send this over to Harvey, because I had Harvey working on some stuff. Let's see. All right, so I just sent Harvey off to go look at Pi and see if the work we were already doing customizing Hermes might be more applicable to Pi, even if it's more work. Pi also works really great with local bottles. That's almost exclusively how I use it. So when Gumby gets a spark, it'll be awesome. Dude, I wish I could get one of those. I want 4. Dude, I wish I could get 4 here. All right, let's go look at this real quick. Hang on. Let's come back up here. Let's see. Go to .pi. Agents. Skills, CTF pitfalls. It literally called it CTF pitfalls. All right, let's see what it came up with here. Okay, not bad. Identify the version of the target software before choosing a CVE. Let the version pick the exploit. So before commit, let me see the front matter here. Universal pitfalls and anti-patterns to avoid during CTF slash pentest engagements, loaded for any CTF, hack the box, or privilege escalation work to prevent wasted rounds or false conclusions. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Peaches. Did mommy let you in? That's right. That's right. When you go outside during the stream, I forget about you. I ordered one for you to be there in 3 business days. Yeah. You better. No. Once it's paid off, there it goes. I knew there was a catch to that. All right, here we go. So for preferred real tools over hand rolled for interactive / byte protocol work, let's see. Drive the real client in a TMUX PTY first. All right, let's go. Let's see. Let's have it expand on that real quick. This is the only skill Pilot currently has. If you want, the next natural step would be the Hack the Box CTF workflow skill, the step-by-step recon loop process with helper scripts that reference CTF pitfalls, plus wiring the Hermes skills. We don't want Hermes. Hermes stuff in here. Hermes has cooties. Let's see. What else do we want to tell right here? Let me think. I didn't mean to send that. Oh well. No Hermes cooties in pie. That's right. You added a peaches command. Damn it, Gumby. All right, let me see. What else we need to do in here? Let's go look at that again real quick. No, that's not it. Let me close that. We don't need it. Boop. All right. Where was that? Here we go. Actually, let's go have it. I want to have it do some updates to Recon Discipline in here. Hack the planet. Hack the planet. Hack the planet. That's a very meta call out there. It's a very meta call out there, Gumby. Sorry, Hack, I don't know how long you've been in, but everybody in chat's Gumby tonight. I don't know why. I can't speak a username properly, so everybody's just Gumby. It's kind of like, what was it? George Foreman named all of his kids George? Was that it? Yeah. Hi, Gumby. I'm Gumby. No, I'm Gumby. No, I'm Gumby. That's right. Okay. Recon Discipline. Let's see. Update that to prefer scanning small and often, taking a more logical approach. And let's see, taking a more, let's say, surgical approach and expanding outward from the findings. For example, find open ports, then check, then do additional checks. Never throw the in-map kitchen sink at anything. I should give all my wives the same name. Oh wait, that's not how this works. No. There we go. Yeah, compose small skills or small scans and chain them as findings emerge. There we go. Scan small, scan often. All right, what else do we have in here? Reload. Prefer the real tool over a hand-rolled client? Always. Let's see. What else do we have in here? Let's see. Have a real cracking plan plus time budget. Before starting a hash crack, state the algorithm cost Slow KDFs like bcrypt are highly expensive, then escalate to a GPU host. Don't kick off a full rock you John run blindly. Yeah, especially not for bcrypt. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So it changed that recon discipline down here. Red flags that you're off track. You're theorizing about why the target does X, but your only evidence is one buggy script. Let's see. You run the same category of search and attack more than 3 times, re-fingerprint and or change vector class. You're reading a write-up for the technique. Stop. Use advisories or sources instead. Hey, Privask doesn't work, but you haven't checked the version prerequisites. Check it. I love it as like a one-line takeaway. Real tools in a PTY plus version-first targeting plus cross-checking negatives beats hand-rolled scripts and memory-driven guesses. Not bad. Okay. We can start with that. Wonder what else we've got over on Le Hack the Box. Let me see. What are status? Let's do incomplete. Easy. Take out Orion. Let's see. Wing data looks pretty easy here. Support. That's a pretty old one. Let's see. Let's do something else in here real quick. Let's see. Because it actually had one more suggestion here. What was the suggestion about workflows from earlier? Once we were just a little green ball of clay, but you should see what we can do today. I get so many rhyming kids books I have to read, Ken, because both the boys love them. I've got a really good one. Actually, I've got Jocko's book for them. What was it called? Mikey and the Dragons. They love that one because the whole thing is written as very almost like poemy rhyming. And it's a good story, too. It's a very meta story. Here we go. So earlier I proposed a second complementary workflow, the workflow. A HTTP CTF workflow skill to sit along CTF pitfalls. The split is, that would be what to do in order to actually set up an engagement process with which references pitfalls for the gotchas. Okay. So pre-flight, verify VPN connectivity, searchable Etsy host edits. So it would enforce 2 cross-cutting habits from our convention. TMUX PTY first. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Let's see. I like this idea. Let's see. Without recon scripts. Let's see. What do we want to do? We want to handle that in different places. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bootstrap the rest of it. Let's see. All right, so what did Harvey come back with? Let's see. So Harvey was looking at Pi being a generally strong candidate and the timing to consider it's actually really good. It's TypeScript that matters, and that matters more than it looks. Hermes forces us into Python against your standard Bun TS doctrine. I don't really care about that. I'd actually prefer Python over Bun and TS. Let's see. Model agnostic, equal or better. 15 plus providers. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. So your first framing for this system was build ideal substrate, and we compromised with graft onto Hermes. Okay. That was what we were doing. So I had it working on. I haven't talked to this about show yet, but I had Harvey working on two pieces to this. One of them being an idea of implementing all of Daniel Miessler's ideas for. He just renamed it to Life OS, but it was all the PIA, the personal AI infrastructure stuff, because the problem solving methodology that it follows and the kind of hill climbing problem solving is very good. So I wanted to follow that methodology there. However, I wanted that idea separate from the actual like offensive portion. So I split those into two pieces. And since I've been reading Neuromancer, and I really like the idea of one of the characters in there, let's call it the personality and like effective problem solving portion was going to be named Dixie, after Dixie Flatline, the character from Neuromancer. And then the other portion, which is going to be like the offensive toolkit, is going to be it's going to be called Icebreaker. Again, because I'm reading Neuromancer right now. So that's what I've had Harvey looking at the differences between those two. Okay, cool. So Pi's going through and bootstrapping all of these like CTF skills here. So we got CTF pitfalls. And then we have a hack the box CTF skills here with some references. Web exploit, safe probe first, CSRF from first response, sync selection. Okay, cool. Let's see. Actually, I did want to do. Go ahead and make the. What were those two? Hold on. It actually had two different ones that it had suggested in here. Let's see. Host edits and. Yeah, I actually do want these two. Let's have it go build this. We'll just see how it handles that nasty copy pasta. No, he was doing an engine swap potion. Yeah, so he took the front end off so he could swap in an engine from Japan. All right, let's let this run for just a second here. I like this idea. I think tomorrow night what we'll do is we'll try running it against a Windows system. Support here is an easy one. It's up and available. It's got a long-term guidance. So it's working right now. Cool. I like your mom. So there's a really funny YouTube channel called Yay Mad. See if I can find it. Yeah, here, hold on, let me bring this up. If you ever want the funniest one in here. Yeah, it's this one right here. Your mama jokes, but in front of our moms. Right here. This one is amazing. It's my all-time favorite episode that they ever did. And basically two of the guys, their moms come in and they surprise them. And they have to tell your mama jokes in front of them, and they get bad. It's absolutely hilarious. All right, let Pi churn on this for just a second. Who's messaging me? It should have binged in there. My phone's usually on silent during the stream. I don't know why it's dinging at me. Okay, cool. So it's getting a couple of helper. It is building a few helper scripts in here. Things for like editing the Etsy host and basically checking the VPNs up and running. Funny that you're into Japanese rotary cars. I live in Sweden in the region where for some reason every Gramps and his dog has one of these 50s, 60s American cars with rockin' fins and so on. Oh, dude. Those are really cool cars too. A lot of cars these days don't have that kind of cool rockin' vibe that the older cars did. They're very like function over form. They have a sofa as a front seat. I know, right? There was a reason why, you know, there was a baby boom when those cars were around. I'm just saying. There we go. Yeah, makes much sense when you think about it that way, right? Okay, let's see. Would that have helped with the T-Mux interactions you had to make this session? Oh, you know what? Hey, Bob, Monkey, you were asked about this. It looks like our total token expenditure, I can see it down here. We sent 17 million tokens. We have downed 138 tokens. So probably 17.2 million, I think, for this session. Oh, sorry, yes, Gumby, sorry. Gumby, you were asking about the tokens. It looks like it was about 17.2 total tokens, 17.2 million total tokens burned. Let's see. The real friction came from driving the hand-rolled Python client, typing a here doc into a pane via send keys. Okay. So I love this. One genuine gap worth capturing is the here docs via send key mistake. Don't deliver file content by typing it into the pane. Here doc via send keys line by line is fragile and truncates. Write the file to the host and script read it. Tmux skill would only earn its place if I started needing advanced layouts regularly, synchronizing panes, copy, mode, scraping. Yeah, add to pitfalls. Okay, well, let's do this. And then it'll be really interesting to see, because this was a Linux box, right? The Windows box, it'll be very cool to see like what it does there and how it handles some of these. Because eventually what I'm suspecting is for a lot of these tools, we are going to need individual skill files for them. How much of that was KV cache? I mean, it should be a lot of it, right? We should have been hitting cache just about every request up. Let's see here. Well, it's got a usage command. So check that out. No, it doesn't. There's no usage command in here. Why you lie to me, Grok? Okay, Pi, we're gonna hack a Windows box. Setting some ground rules. Number 1, fuck Balmer. Number 2, uninstall Copilot. That's right. When you get onto the box, first thing, uninstall Copilot. XAI cannot be locally hosted. You can run Grok build, though, which is their local coding agent. Oh, Ken, for this one, we're using Olama Cloud. So we're running this against GLM... Hell, you can't see because my big old fat head's in the way. We're running this against GLM 5.2 over on the Olama Cloud here. That part, right there. Yeah, I think what you're thinking of is Grok build potion. 5-minute warning for a 12-hour stream. I know, right? That's why I'm sitting here and working on like what we could do here. Actually, crap, I won't be able to run that yet. I'm going to have Harvey do an overnight test on a couple things that we had set up for the Hermes implementation of Dixie and see if it can port over to Pi real easily. Now, hold on. Hey, Monkey, am I correct that this doesn't have any kind of MCP system to it? You've got to go add on an MCP setting? Yeah, that was on medium thinking, come to think of it. I don't know. Can we change it in the model selection? That was actually a tenet of the creator, no MCP initially. Okay. I mean, I don't mind MCP if it's used tactically. If you're using it for everything, you start bloating your agent really, really fast. However, a tactical, surgical use of MCP could be very handy. Oh, I gotta do the 12-hour stream to make up for the Wednesday missing stream? Oh, no. Unfortunately, got a thing. I got a thing. I cannot do a 12-hour stream. My sleep tracker is already yelling at me. For one, all my biometrics are jacked because I've been sick. And two, my sleep has been jacked because I've been sick. Do a sleep stream? I am not doing a sleep stream with you creepy poop goblins. I'm feeling a lot better, Potion, but I am not fully better yet. I was very happy I was feeling well enough to stream tonight. Part of that's been just getting back on the YouTube production, and so it is improving drastically. However, I keep experimenting with the ideas to improve it, and that takes additional time, right? We will watch you sleep and you will like it. No, and no. No and no. If I was going to do a sleep stream, you know what I would do? I would take a picture of me napping on the floor behind me and then just put it up as a PNG into OBS and just let it be there. If you specify a specific level of effort or thinking in the prompt, it'll change it on the fly. Will it? How do I set the thinking effort for the model? I like that idea, but I also don't want to go do it like on the fly. All right, so Pi's creator literally said, Pi was created and written extensively about why MCP servers, for example, and often worse alternatives. Popular MCP servers like Playwright dump 13,000 plus tokens of tool descriptions into your context window at session start, whether you need those tools or not. Pi's preferred alternative is CLI tools with README files for the agent to read on demand. Okay, actually, I really like that approach. And also, AJ, thanks for coming online, man. Welcome in, and I hope you're having a absolutely ballin' Sunday. No, Saturday. Today's Saturday. Unless you're in Europe. And then, yes, it's Sunday. Whichever day it is in your localization, I hope it is absolutely badass. Actually, I like that idea, Monkey, because there are several times when I don't want to have an MCP and I would actually prefer. So, like, for example, when I need to go extend Harvey's functionality. Hold on, let me snooze this real quick. When I need to go extend Harvey's functionality, I will actually have Harvey go pull API documentation and build a dedicated single-purpose CLI. And I have it actually follow a CLI convention in here. It's got all the rules for this. What's it? I think it's... I think that's it. AIXMD? No. Is it AXI? Yeah, AXI.md. Agent Experience Interface. So this guy has an entire rule set on how to go build basically like driven, like single purpose CLIs and bundle them just like what you're saying to make them usable for agents. And this is the convention that I have Harvey follow every time it has to do this. Whenever you see Harvey post something over to Discord, that's how he's doing it. He's got a Discord CLI tool in there. Let's see. When I need Harvey to go read posts from Twitter because I'm working on a news story, that's how it does it. I've got a dedicated X-Read tool that Harvey built for himself with these conventions that tied in with an API key so he can go read posts from Twitter. I actually really like this approach. I prefer this approach, come to think of it. You got 3 detections happening? Oh no. Let me see. Good luck with Elastic. That's a lot of work. I don't know anything about Rising. And I have no idea what the heck ESET Nod 32 is. Elastic is a notoriously difficult EDR to get by. So good luck with those. You're looking at getting deep down in those, Potion. Can we make malware tomorrow night? I had an idea on how I thought about going through that and having some fun with it. However, there's not really a great way to do it. I talked to the guys over at the Maldev Academy and we came to an understanding, but even with that understanding, I can't really find a good way to make it work on stream. Part of the reason why is like all the stuff we did for the Red Team Ops course, I am eternally grateful to Rasta Mouse for letting me do that. But I was also streaming 6 days a week when we did that, right? And I haven't been able to get back to that since my sister passed away. You know, fuck, that was almost 2 years ago. Damn, it'll be 2 years in September. Let's see. All right, guys. As much as I hate to do it, I need to wrap up the stream. Let's see. Unfortunately, we're the only ones on. So let's see who we can go find to raid over to real quick. Oh, let me check it on the chat messages real quick. The nice thing about Pi is even if it wasn't intended to have MCP, you can bolt on an MCP. I did see like there were ways you could bolt it on there. But honestly, I prefer the other approach better. monkey. Rather than having all that crap crammed into the context window, give it a search pattern. I would rather it go use multiple tool calls to find the correct tool and fire it properly than have a bunch of stuff crammed into the context window. I have a bet. Dial it in, lock it down. There will come a time when MD files will be sold for money to people who can't code for their life to pretend to be developers. Yeah, of all the Where's Black Markets hats that I could think of, a Markdown Black Market was not the one I've got on my bingo card, but I think you might be right. We could raid Midnight Gumby. Yeah. I still have not gotten any kind of answer about why I got banned from Midnight Sumo. I love Midnight Sumo. I didn't even do anything. Let's see. Literally, I think the only time I've gone in to go chat into Midnight Sumo was to try and ask them if I was like shadow banned or something because I couldn't raid them after the streams were done. Because when nobody else is on, I like to go raid them. And then after that, I got banned. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even do nothing. All right, let me see who's on right now. What is Sid working on? Let's see. All right. Yeah, we'll go right over to Sid because Science is playing Assassin's Creed right now. Sid's actually doing some cool electronics work, like he usually does. Actually, I might need to go pick Sid's brain because I finally figured out what was wrong with the chiller for the cold tub. The main board has a problem. It's leaking voltage across the thermal resistor. And so it's artificially reading the temperature as being very high and shutting off the system. Yeah, Sid's soldering modules as usual. Good. I like that kind of work. Sid is the man. I love him. All right, I'm going to start off the raid over there, guys. I got to wrap it up. I need to get some sleep because I got an early morning. I want all of y'all to know that you guys are awesome, and I missed you very much. Well, let me switch the stream here. What? And we'll be back on tomorrow night. We'll keep testing this. We're going to see how it does against a Windows box, because actually it did a pretty good job with some minor steering on that Linux box. We're going to go throw it on a Windows box and see what it does. But I hope all of y'all have a fantastic rest of your night or morning, depending on which time zone you're in. I missed you guys. I'm sorry about Sunday and Wednesday. I know I've been sucking on the makeup streams too. I'm still trying to get makeup streams done. Maybe we can finally finish Alan Wake. I know that will make Bobby really happy. I'm sorry. I know that will make Gumby really happy. But I will catch up with you guys. Oh, Beast Kevin. Thanks for coming online, man. I will catch up with all y'all tomorrow night. We'll keep seeing how far Pi goes. Pi was actually doing a really banger job, so I'm liking this so far. But that's all I got, guys. I will catch up with you tomorrow night. I hope you all have a fun, wonderful day tomorrow. Remember, Sunday is rest and recoup day. Spend time with your friends and family. And I want you to remember one very important thing, and that is, I love you. Peace.